friend, your boy, Jet Black One Only here with
Guy driving.
And today we're going to be hanging out in the car on our way back to UH, having them car conversations.
Conversation?
There's cookout.
Conversations?
Yo, Kirby, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. You just missed what the outside of cookout looks like. Or maybe you caught it right as you came in. As you know, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black Only, and the one and only here with.
We already did this!
Yeah, but people weren't here before. Yo, Papa G, welcome. Good to see you. Kirby says he caught it. He got to see cookout from the outside. But yo, Kirby and Papa G, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Right now we're on our way back to UAH. So, we're just riding. Ryan, do you know the way? Do you know the way back?
The way?
The way?
But we didn't take the same way.
We don't have to take the Jake way. Let's see. So last discussion was talking about, like, Kratos and God characters. You're like, no, you'd rather change the topic.
Don't care. Or death battles. Especially not with characters that I don't know.
For, who would win? No, not for who would win. Who would win Reddit for April Fool's Day? Banned all discussion on Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super and One Punch Man. So you could only talk about GT if you wanted to talk about Dragon Ball, but you couldn't talk about it in relation to any of the other
So you
Dragon
could
Ball
only,
shows.
like, say, in this episode of GT he did this. You couldn't mention Dragon Ball.
Or Z or anything. You can't scale Super Saiyan 4 off of, like, Dragon Ball Z, Super Saiyan 3 feats and stuff like that. Yeah.
There's like a thing happening. It's like a truck.
That's like trying to pull out. But I guess you have to wait. No, it's like a tow truck. Oh, this is ass. Yeah, you just have to go around. So here's the weird traffic thing going on.
I mean, at least we can kind of jump in this turn.
Yeah, trying to get around it. Kirby says, I no longer know if 4 has been the strongest Goku form. Like the strongest he's ever been.
I mean, he's a god tier. What? It's like, oh, he's Super Saiyan God. It's like, does God not mean something like it's supposed to? I don't get it.
Papa G asked who would win, Batman or Rorschach in a fight. Batman would beat that ass.
Yeah, like, Rorschach's got like a coat and a hat. He's like the question. He can punch some guys, I guess. Right? I don't know, I've never like read or watched Watchmen. Yes, I don't know.
The Watchmen director's cut is really good, except for the weird hallelujah sex scene. I'm not a fan of that. That's like the only part of the movie where I'm like, why is this here? I don't know. Kirby said the multiplier for 4 is much more vicious than the other Super Saiyan forms. Well, the issue with 4, in relation to like all the forms after Super Saiyan 4 that were introduced in Super, is that those forms aren't given like numbers.
They don't have quantifiable data. They're just like, now we're God, now we're blue, now we're silver hair. It's like, well, what does that mean? And everyone's all like, I don't know.
Because we understand that,
like, they don't have
Beerus,
power levels, so you can't actually quantify it.
Yeah, you can only, like, scale. Like, Beerus is much more powerful than Super Saiyan 3. And then we know that God must be much more powerful than 3.
Or at least, like, at Beerus' level, right?
Well, not, Beerus was, like, barely trying in that fight. So,
I don't know.
just significantly better than 3, though. Because 3 was trying really hard against a Beerus who wasn't doing anything, you know? So we know that God's way better than 3, and then we know that Blue is better than God, except God has better stamina control, and then we know Ultra Instinct is just better. And then Mastered Ultra Instinct is supposed to be better.
It's Master better.
And Mastered Super Saiyan Blue is a thing in the comics, but Mastered Super Saiyan Blue is probably around the level of like Kaioken Blue, kind of thing.
So why don't you just Kaioken
Mastered Super Saiyan Blue?
No, just like Ultra Instinct Kaioken times 3, or like 10, 25.
Kirby said God just gave them cheat code stamina. because that'd be really great. I love to see a fight where it wasn't decided by someone who was just stronger than the other person.
My hair has more color! It's not even like longer or pointier. It's just more colorful.
Kirby said, I've used all of my power. Full power next episode. That was a big thing in Super. Them continually being like, no, I'm drained. And then the next episode is like, I've gone beyond my limits.
Between episodes, they were taking those sensu beans.
But that's the issue, because they're keeping up with time in each one, so you know no time has passed.
They, like, are really fast and sneaky, you know? Like, speed of light, sensu bean.
Speed of light doesn't even matter. Jiren's stronger than time.
Like,
True statement.
God of time. Just like, like, what do you mean stronger than time?
So, Jiren was put in an attack by Hit. Spoilers for Dragon Ball Super, if you didn't watch the Tournament of Power arc.
I haven't watched any Dragon Ball Super.
He was put in an attack by Hit.
What does that mean?
Well, Hit has time manipulation powers.
So Hit's a person?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Hit, like, locked him almost in, like, a time person thing.
Yeah.
Where it's, like, he
They're
can't
time
move.
locked.
Yeah, because he essentially is in, like, no time.
It's in a time lock.
To which then Jiren just kind of, like, starts moving. And the gods and the,
How
like,
about I do anyway?
and the gods in the stands pretty much say, Jiren's stronger than time! Like, they just say it doesn't matter. Yeah. He's stronger.
That sounds like a weak-ass time lock, then. Like, just get a higher tier time dilation field.
I mean, I feel like the gods were saying just some shit out of their ass. Goku got put into the pocket dimension.
I mean, I watched that, was it Plague of Gripes video about, like, the time travel shenanigans?
Mm-hmm.
And Beerus is just, like, talking out of his ass. He's like, I erased that guy from all timelines. And, like, Weiss is like, but you didn't, though. And then Beerus is like, what?
You called him Weiss.
Weiss? I don't know his name.
Weiss.
I haven't watched the show. I don't know what his name's pronounced. He's just like a guy with swirly hair. And he can, like, teleport or whatever.
Kirby said Goku was stuck in a love black hole. So there is a scene in the Tournament of Power where Goku essentially is in a black hole, and it's like a minor inconvenience. My boy's just like scrunching his knees a little bit. It's not like, oh, like my body's getting crushed.
I haven't been spaghettified. I've just been mildly inconvenienced.
Mm-hmm. You know who else can like be mildly inconvenienced in black holes? The androids. What? Like, why are they so good?
Why is everyone so good for no reason? Power-ups, my man.
Android 17's goodness for no reason was like really hype.
I've been reading
the manga?
The manga for My Hero Academia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it has him, you know, like, he's like...
don't spoil stuff.
No, I'm not spoiling, but I'm talking about, like, he's like training and like incrementally growing his power. So it's not like some power-up like shown in like Naruto or DBZ where it's like, now you're stronger. It's like, no, you see he's been working at it, you know?
Yeah.
He's been practicing this, now he's gonna combine it with that.
Papa G said, where should I start if I've never seen Dragon Ball Z? I'm new to it.
You start at Dragon Ball.
Stop.
And then you go to Dragon Ball Z.
Stop, Ryan.
And then you go to Dragon Ball GT.
You don't, though. You don't have to do that. So what you can do is, it all depends on what you want to watch. You can either start at Dragon Ball Z, because you don't really need to
Why
know...
don't you just go to Dragon Ball?
Because you don't have to really watch Dragon Ball to understand what happens in Dragon Ball Z.
But you have to know that Piccolo is Piccolo's son.
No, you don't. And then, like, in Dragon Ball Super, you really don't need to know a lot about Dragon Ball Z to do Super. So you kind of just pick whatever series you want and just jump right in, to be honest. Yeah, like, there isn't a big ceiling for Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Super. Sorry about that, we're back. Yeah, the Wi-Fi was being dumb. So you guys probably experienced some lag for a second, but now we're back. But yeah, start with whatever series you want, whether it be Super or Dragon Ball Z. You don't need a lot of context.
Because nothing is explained.
That's a good-ass video. I've watched that video like 8 times. This is worth.
In all that just watched Hunter
Hunter x Hunter?
No, Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, Hunter x Hunter. You're right.
See,
You're not
it's
supposed to say
Hunter
the
times
X. Yeah. Let's see. Kirby said just watch the movies. That's what I thought. Like, before I actually watched Z, I was like, if I just watch all the movies, I'll get like a good idea.
The movies are anime movies, and they don't count.
Yeah, they're like not
anything.
canon, and they don't
anime,
matter.
especially long-form shonens, don't matter because you can't just like interrupt a tournament of power with a movie. You know, like
they could have.
I mean, they could, but like that's not how that works.
Especially if the movie was like, here's
or like,
what's happening on Earth.
You know, like Naruto,
tournament.
which I know more about, so I can talk about it. Has like a huge like world war, but they interrupt it with like filler. You know, you have movies before it, but you can't just like interrupt that, or you can, but like it'd be really dumb. A lot of shows are like, you know, like they have that really hard like continuous story, so the anime movies are usually like outside of that story, and the only way you're gonna have anything important to do outside of that story is if you have it like non-canon in some other place they've never been, like some other country or realm or something, and then it's just like, and it's also because they're outside of the main story, they'll never get referenced in the story, so it's just like a non-canon thing.
Papa G said, I have only just seen Spirited Away. So do you just mean as an anime movie in general, the only one you've seen is Spirited Away?
So you've never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie?
What's
or Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie Bonds Beyond Time? Or Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie
one?
Dark Side of Dimension?
Dark
I
Side
still
of
haven't
Dimensions.
watched
There we
Dark
go.
Side of Dimension.
I've seen Dark Side of Dimensions. It wasn't bad. I didn't know about the whole canon thing until you told me, like where it falls in. It's like manga canon,
Yeah, it's
right?
manga.
Yeah.
So in the anime, the arcs, it has Yu-Gi-Oh's Season Zeros, just like that stuff. You have the Death Tea arc, which is where they're like running into Kaiba and stuff. That's like where Yu-Gi-Oh's throwing down Exodia. Actually, that's before. He doesn't.
Oh, Kirby asked, would you ever do a stream of the Dragon Ball Super Trading Card
Exodia's
Game
when he
tutorial app?
uses Exodia in Death Tea.
I've been interested in doing the Dragon Ball Super Trading Card Game tutorial app as a stream, but every time I get the app installed on my phone and say, yeah, I'm going to do that stream one day, I never do, and I end up deleting the app. Now that we can play it on Untap, I'd be more likely to play the Dragon Ball Super Trading Card Game just on Untap in general.
And after that, you have Yu-Gi-Oh! In the, like, novelizations, like the volumes, they divide it between normal Yu-Gi-Oh! And then they call it Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist, and then they, like, start renumbering it. But you could just, because it's just continuous thing. So it's like, those numbers aren't even important, because they're not, like, the real numbers. It's just, like, those numbers plus 8.
Is Yu-Gi-Oh! Satisfying as a
Or
manga?
plus 5. Yu-Gi-Oh's are good. And so then it has Duelist Kingdom, and then it goes up, that's like 8 volume. And then up to 22, like 8 through 22, or after 8, so like 9 through 22 is like the lead up to Battle City and then Battle City. And then they have the Millennium World where he's off, you know, doing Egyptian stuff. And then you have the Ceremonial Battle, which is after that. And then it's over. In the anime, you have Season 0, and then a completely, like, separate break in continuity to Season 1, or, like, the main show that everyone knows, Duel Monsters, which they don't ever... They kind of reference, like, the time of Season 0, like, when they have, like, flashbacks to things that you never see.
Don't they redo things, though, in Season 1?
They change some stuff.
Like the Joey Pieces stuff?
Yeah, that's like Season 0.
But, I mean, doesn't that happen in Season 1 as well?
No, they have flashbacks to it, but they never, like, show it. It's all in flashback.
Papa G said, I also used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh!
Right
Zexal. I fucked with Zexal.
I haven't gotten to Zexal yet. So then in the anime, you have Season 0, then you have, you essentially don't have Death Tea or any of that cool shit, because Duel Monsters continuity, you know, just doesn't have that happen ever. You just start out with the like third duel or second duel with Kaiba. where Yugi summons Exodia. That's like the beginning of the show. And then you have the Pegasus Jules Kingdom thing, and then they have some filler things in like that weird virtual world place, but at the end of like
I want to see that.
season 1, you also have the I forgot some things. It doesn't really matter. It's all season 0 stuff. But I forgot to mention Bakura. He has his like board game before. I guess it's after Death Tea, but before.
What's Bakura's board game like?
He like turns them into RPG pieces. I don't know. I haven't read it.
You haven't read it?
Because I have Yu-Gi-Oh mangas, like I have 5, which is what is it? Where Yugi's dueling Kaiba and Death Tea, like the second half of Death Tea. But I don't have the Bakura manga volumes, and then I have the first one of Duelist, so like number 8, I think. Or maybe, yeah, it might be 7. I'm not sure, but it's like, so Bakura's in there. In the anime of season 1, because they don't have that Bakura stuff in season 0, they throw him in. They just kind of run into him on the island. He like shows up.
Hey,
they're like, "Hey, it's Bakura," or like they have him like on the boat.
Yeah.
I think it's because in the manga, they like, they do the board game, and I think they defeat his evil side, and then he's like part of the group. He's just like their friend. He's with them on the boat ride and stuff. Or in the anime, he like shows up a few episodes in. They have a card game with his evil side, and then he's with them like the rest of the season.
They make him such a side character in the anime.
Well, he kind of is a side character.
Like even
for
in the
season
manga.
1, like Duelist Kingdom, he doesn't only duel. Like he kills Pegasus and steals his Millennium Eye after Yugi beats it.
Well, now we're back on the dorm, so I feel like it's time for another title change. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like this video. Favorite, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know every when we do these live streams. This is Roach, your friend, your boy, Jump Like One Only here with
Side to side, guy.
logging out. And don't worry, we'll do more streams tonight, so this won't be the last one by far. Peace. You didn't even get in the shot.
Because your arm blocked.
I thought you were just hitting my arm.
No, I was gonna like jump up like that. Okay, but then you're like, nah.
Yeah, go for it. I didn't know what you were doing.
It's too late.
It's too late. It's ruined. Is it really though?
Yeah.
Peace.